Good morning, good morning. Horrible human beings. The trajectory episode, which almost is going to be the parenting episode, because ain't it good when the kids are sick and got to miss school? But ain't it so beautiful when the antibiotics kick in and they able to go back and you can get your education for your money's worth? Because I swear to God, man, they can't be wanting that money. Boy, they want that money like they going to see you outside. They not short. For real, anything you do in this life, anything that they can charge you $20 a minute for every minute that you late, that's when you involved in some gangster business. That's for real. Them people ain't playing with you. They are not playing with you. And trust me, you need them. They don't need you. But what I was thinking about this morning, after thinking about getting the kids ready, was the trajectory. And for layman terms, trajectory is the path we've going. So if I got a gun and I aim it at a car, the bullet leaves. The trajectory is that the bullet's going straight. If I aim at the sun, the trajectory is that the bullet's going to go up in the sky. If I aim it at my head, it's going to go into my head. Um, of course, the bullet will never hit the sun because that's too far away, and the bullet will run out of momentum and velocity. But it'll get pretty high up there. But trajectory also goes the other way. So wherever trajectory basically is where you aiming, and it's crazy because we all want to feel like we aiming high, or at least to be the height of what we think is high. But in truth, yo, my definition of high has changed immeasurably over time. I would say that it's evolved. Um, Without breaking a whole bunch of HIPAA, I remember my man had asked this young dude one time at a spot we was at, "Yo, what you think is money? How much money is money to you?" So the young boy was like, "Man, 30,000. That's real money." And that blew my mind because and we wasn't out. We had a job. We wasn't out on the street nowhere. I don't know nobody strip. But this young boy was adamant. 30,000. So at 24, 23 years old, 30,000 is your scope of what real money. Mind you, you're talking to somebody who's making 135,000 while they over a yearly salary while they sitting there talking to you. And that's when I'm gonna say that's when I realized, but I realized you only know what you know when you know it. And if your worldview and your perspective and mentality doesn't get any bigger, then for lack of a better analogy, 30,000 always gonna be all the most money to you before you realize how much it's not. And a lot of times they say ignorance is bliss, and that's true too. Because the less I know or am aware of or can fully comprehend, then I can't fully comprehend where I'm at, or more importantly, where I'm not and where I won't be going. And I got a lot of homeboys and uh, good friends, really good brothers, and they still are good brothers. But it was trajectory when I realized where my own where was I pointing my gun at, for lack of a better term for trajectory. Where was I pointing it? And was I rising? Where was my aim? And then I realized, yo, not only are you aiming at the wrong things, you're aiming at very close targets. You should aim, especially when the thing you aiming is your life. because that's what you're doing. You aim in your life and your purpose. I want to aim for what's right in front of me. Like if you ever play pool, when you learn to play pool, I learned don't aim for the balls that's sitting right at the pocket after the break because they ain't going nowhere. All you gotta do is tap them. They'll be in. Aim for your more difficult and more strategic shots. Then after you do that, then you line them up, and that's how you run the table. But you know, and when you get into the break life in the four quarters, you after halftime, you only got another 2 quarters left. Much less to come to an epiphany and a realization in the end of the third quarter, maybe at the top of the third quarter, and you're like, shit, I done really, man, I ain't do nothing for half the game, cause I'm aiming at all the wrong things. It's almost like playing chess, and when you first start, you start chasing the pawns, never realizing no, you should from the first move, you should be planning out as many moves as you're capable ahead of how to checkmate the king and move into the position. And that's not just capturing everything that you can. It's not knocking the pool balls into every hole when they sitting on there. It's not aiming for what's directly in front of you. When you don't know, you don't know. But I could think in any of the most impoverished circumstances or situations, you may always, you call it God, universe, light, whatever. Everybody, even throughout all history, you get blessed with a glimmer or a glint of something different, and it's on you to follow it or not. And then but it's 4 quarters. It's 4 quarters, and you ain't got to score, but best believe somebody else is. I never realized the most valuable resource is time. The most valuable resource is time. It's not money. How we spend our time and what we do with it, from raising our children, enriching them so that they're able to live good lives, or just even without children, enriching our own selves and finding true happiness. But I'm thinking so often happiness seems like it's equating to looking for money and financial security. But really, that just comes from spending a lifetime of not having financial security. But when you come and you sit and you look at it, man, don't it seem like the people with billions of dollars, they don't seem like they all is the happiest people. I don't know. I don't personally know no billionaires, but if outwardly looking at them and judging from their behaviors, financial freedom doesn't equate to happiness. Maybe it's a piece. Financial freedom just equate to opportunities, but what you do with the opportunities of owning your own time is on you. So a lot of all of that goes right back to trajectory and where you start at and what you're aiming at. And definitely not in the first quarter. I would like to think I'm not in the second quarter, but maybe I'm in the second quarter with 30 seconds to go for it's the halftime show. But you got another half of the game on, and it's the last half. You on the boards, but being on the boards is not winning. And that's the goal and that's the aim. And your definition of win has to evolve too. But Horrible Human Beings, the trajectory episode, you gotta win. You gotta win. Anything can go down even at the fourth quarter. Be good.